What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Coach Plays. As we are back live again for Monday Night Football between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco coming in on the night 5-4, needing a win to get to 6-4 and to continue to put them in a place where they can compete for a playoff spot. Arizona desperately does not need to fall to a 4-7 spot where they would start to see themselves, that gap between them and postseason bid would start to widen a little bit. If they put themselves back at 5-6, they get them right back there in kind of the mix of things. And you know, there's a lot of football left, so they would like to have a win tonight. They are not in Arizona tonight. They are in, I believe, don't know which part of it, but they are in Mexico right now. They're having a national anthem currently, so we'll be able to get this thing going. Big shout out to Joseph Weaver, who has already popped in the chat. And what's up, our newest team member, Samuel Gurrell, in the house. What's up, Sam? Appreciate you being here. The newest and latest team member of the Coach Plays. Sam, you got a bet tonight? Let me know. Trying to remind myself who you bet on last night. Can't remember. I'll talk about my bets here in just a few moments. I feel strong about my bets. Fell asleep last night and didn't watch the second. What a win. That's right. You just simply took the Chiefs money line. Came down to the last drive, my man. Came down to the last drive, and that's, yep, you were worried about that money line. I told you, as long as you're betting on Patrick Mahomes, you're always going to have a chance to win. They just do their late game heroics all the time, and they come away with wins. It's tough. The Chargers was able to score with like a minute 40 left to go in that game. I forget. I think it was Joseph on here last night said that's too much time, and sure enough it was, and they just marched right back down and they scored that drive. Guys, we got 12 people in the house. Hit those thumbs up as you're in, and don't be a stranger. Pop up in the chat and let's talk what we're thinking about tonight's game. Let us know if you're in on any bets. Tonight I need Celtics and 49ers for 150. Okay. I have no idea who the Celtics play tonight. Coach Allen has just popped in the house. Hall of Fame member. Glorious. We're not worthy. The show goes on. We're not worthy. What up, Allen? All right, so we'll get in here, talk a little bit about bets before this game gets going. Sam says he needs the Celtics and the 49ers to win, so he's got a nice little parlay there. I feel good about my bets, so let's go ahead and talk about them. Would love a nice big Monday night. We hit on the boost parlay last night between both quarterbacks. So always got to put a first touchdown score. I've yet to hit one of these. I would love for tonight to be the one. There was not a whole lot of skin on the game for tonight's first touchdown scores. A lot of people that if you just put a $5 bet, it really doesn't win a whole lot. It went from like that to like Jawan Jennings was probably the biggest hit that you could have. Like a $5 bet on him wins 170 at plus like 3,400. But he hasn't scored a touchdown this year, and that was a big drop-off. Ended up going $5 on DeAndre Hopkins tonight. Colt McCoy gets the start. Hopefully they get the ball first. They can be efficient up and down the field and be able to put 6 on the board. That would be a good start. $5 bet there wins $55. All right, so here's the meat and potatoes of it, though. my two main bets tonight. I'm heavy on Christian McCaffrey over 37.5 receiving. I feel like that is a great number. I feel like that number is low for Christian McCaffrey. The guy's going to get anywhere from 8 to 12 targets a game. He can hit the over 37.5 receiving. So we put 55 on that. That would win 105. Hoping that Christian McCaffrey can have a good night. I probably need to start making videos of my bets. I don't know if anybody would watch them, but probably need to. All right, so wanted to make a same game parlay. Went in there, started looking at some of the overs, the unders. Unders have been hitting like crazy this year, but I really kind of just dug into the player props. Ended up going DeAndre Hopkins over 75.5. That's a high number, but he's been hitting it. And Colt McCoy went to him early and often last week, so I'm hoping that will be the same. DeAndre Hopkins over 75.5. Christian McCaffrey over that 37.5 receiving. So if he doesn't hit the receiving, I lose both my bets. But I feel strong about it, so I put it in here. I would love for that to hit early in this game. Make myself feel good that I at least hit that one big bet. Colt McCoy over 200 yards passing. He went over last week. As long as he can stay healthy, I think he's going to have to throw the ball around a little bit, and I think we can hit that over 200. And Jimmy Garoppolo over 200 yards passing as well. That gets us to a plus 363. Put $25 on it, that would win 115. So that's what we're hoping for. They're in a open field dome, and it looks like it is raining a little bit, but hopefully the conditions aren't too bad. They've got some guy just yelling in Spanish. I don't know. But that's where I'm at right now. I feel good about Jimmy G over 200. I almost went 225, but didn't want to push it. 225 would have got me like an extra 10, 15 bucks. Didn't want to push it at. So we just kept it at 200. It is raining, and I'm not happy about that. All right, so here we go.
With the rain pounding down for the first time tonight, and standing down in that rain is Lisa Salters.
So apparently,
hey Joe, it's starting to rain here, like he said, but
that sucks.
is about 7,300 feet above sea level.
So we'll go back and forth from this game. So we'll go back and forth from that scene to this scene. I'll get the game cast up for you quick. Cardinals do get the ball first, hand it off on a jet sweep to Moore. And that's a loss of about 5. It is pouring down. That is, I need that to stop. I can tell you that right now. I need that to stop.
That's why Arizona starts this night with a football.
Don't like that.
A little different than the start Arizona had last week. They opened up that game against the LA Rams with 11 consecutive passes. This time they try to get a quick one right on the first play of the game to Rondale Moore, but San Francisco, they saw it coming the entire way.
Colt McCoy, quick throw. DeAndre Hopkins, he's got it, and he's going to get out of that tackle, and he'll pick up a gain of about 6 to 7. So good point of sign of emphasis that they're trying to get the ball to Hopkins there early.
The starter in that offensive line to start the game last week was right tackle Kelvin Beachum, and they've had a lot of issues up front and a lot of different players that they've had to rely on. Colt did a great job of not taking the sacks and was able to come away with a victory on the road against the LA Rams.
All right, so 3rd and 10.
Third down and 10.
McCoy looking. In trouble, flushed out, tries to throw it, checks it down to Connor, and that one's incomplete. Not good. I instantly do not feel good right now just because of the rain. You can even hear the rain dropping on the broadcast.
And unlike last week when he was able to get the ball
Hopefully
out
the
quickly.
rain lifts
Receivers
up, but
were
it
able
is
to
pouring
create a
down
little
right
bit of
now.
Separation. You see the rain falling down. It had been dry throughout the day, but started about the time they were about to kick off. But that time just had nowhere to really go with the football.
The punt will get off.
Wobbly punt. A return from McLeod.
And
Makes one tackle.
McLeod catches it and will break a tackle and get a gain of about 5 off the return.
44-yard punt,
So out
6-yard
comes
return,
Jimmy
and
G.
Here comes Jimmy Garoppolo.
Turn that down just for copyright purpose. We'll get it back up once it leaves.
Against Seattle, it's been Jimmy G ever since, and he's played well.
He has played well, and I said it, Joe, that Trey Lance, he was a young quarterback, of course, still had a lot of growth left in front of him, but I think that for Jimmy
Use
Garoppolo
check,
to be able to
motions
step
left to
in,
right. We're going to get a wide zone action for Christian McCaffrey. He'll pick up a gain of a couple on the first down.
A gain of 2.
J.J. Watt in on the tackle.
Star Watch brought to you by Barefoot Wine.
I fell asleep during it, Sam.
We look at McCaffrey and Debo.
Fell asleep from it. What frustrates me, and I guess this is one big reason why I'll probably never be able to get into soccer, I hate that a game in the U.S. Cup can end in a draw.
I mean, teammates
I just
don't
think that's
forget that.
terrible.
He is tough, and he is good.
Jimmy G looking, fires in the middle,
This is incomplete
and that was for George Kittle, incomplete. Big hit there
3rd down and 8.
They sure did. There was
by
a
Baker.
hit that came in at the end of that. Officials are on top of it. We'll take a closer look, but right at the very end, but no call on that play, and Kittle just not
That was
able
actually
to
the big
reel
hit
it
was
in.
laid by number 9
When he went to the head
Simmons.
and neck
Baker
area,
was
I
on
a little
the
surprised.
coverage.
Watching it in real time, I thought we'd see a flag.
It was Isaiah
All right, so
Simmons
you
at
get
3rd
a
down and 8.
twins left, pro right. Juwan Jennings motions down. Jimmy G looking to the left. Fires down the field, and that is incomplete.
Incidental contact.
And Juwan Jennings went down to the ground. He wanted a flag. They're going to say incidental, though.
4th down.
Yeah, I like that it was a non-call. And Marco Wilson, you see that he's running, and it is incidental. He's trying to keep up in stride.
Really,
He goes
Sam?
to the ground.
I
You see
feel
the
like they
hands in the
should do
back,
that
but
the whole way
he got
through.
tripped up, right? Actually got tripped up on his own.
Feel like it should be
Wasn't
the
even
whole
Marco
way.
Wilson
That
tripped him up.
sucks.
So the two sides trade 3 and outs.
So 3 and out for both teams, as this will get punted right back to Arizona.
George will let it
Going to hit the
bounce.
10. It's going to bounce at the 3, and it's going to be downed at the 1, but I think
It is.
he hit the end zone, so it's going to be a
What
touchback.
great effort
He
made
almost
by
had that,
Tarvarius Moore.
but he slid into the end zone. So '49ers able to almost pin them deep there, but the Cardinals will start out at their own 25 as we go to a commercial break. All right, so after the first 2 drives, we'll go ahead and bring up the box score. Just along Jimmy G, 0 for 2, 39 quarterback rating. Colt McCoy, 1 for 2 for 6 yards. Rondale Moore had 1 carry for -6 to open up the game on a jet sweep. Christian McCaffrey, 1 carry for 2 yards. DeAndre Hopkins, it does have the 1 catch for the 6. So happy to see them go to him early. Yeah, for sure, Sam. For sure, I agree. Alrighty, so that's about it. Got to see my analytics there for a minute. A little boring there.
the Rams.
All right, so
Rams
now we're
offensive
back.
line has been ravaged by injury. They're starting the same line. The Cardinals are back-to-back
Offset
weeks.
fullback
First
to
time
the
they've done it in
left.
a month.
Fake the jet sweep. Hand off to Connor, and that will be a loss of 2.
Backfield by Kevin Givens.
From this angle, it looks like the rain might have stopped,
You know, one
which
of
is
the
a good
things we're
sign.
gonna see in
But
this ball game is Charvarius Ward
right now,
generally
both
lines up
teams
as
struggling
the
to run the
left
ball. No, the rain is still
for
going.
this defense
Rain is
going to
still
line
going.
up for the most part to the
But that's a
defensive
good sign
right
for
side.
me
And
that the
reason
run
for that
game's
is
right now
DeAndre Hopkins,
not working
number
because
10
my
there,
bets are very pass heavy.
80% of the time, 90% of the time, he is lined up to the offensive left. So
Colt McCoy back out in the shotgun now. Looking to the throws to the middle. He's got his tight end,
That is the rookie tight end
McBride, for a gain of about 6 maybe.
The very big shoes of the injured and 3-time Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, who is lost for the rest of the year after a knee injury last week against LA.
Well, I like what I've seen of Trey McBride. Obviously a young player out of Colorado State. He won the Mackey Award as the best tight end in the nation last year, but he can run, and he now will get the opportunities, and that's really all that's
So
been
3rd and
lacking
5 here.
for him. I think he's going to develop into being a pretty good player for them.
3rd down and 5.
Boy looking left, fires that way, and he's got DeAndre Hopkins to the 40 for a first down. So DeAndre Hopkins chipping away at that 75.5 receiving that we need. He's got 2 catches for 23. We'd love to see them march down, throw him a tutty here. He just runs a nice little corner route. Colt McCoy puts the ball out there before he breaks. So now, new 6 in the first down of the game. Trips right. Tight end's going to motion to an offset to the left and handoff. Connor will get a gain of maybe 2.
Which is how he started the year for violating the NFL's policy on P.
Turn that down. Week 7 through 10, DeAndre Hopkins, 46 targets, 36 receptions, both most in the NFL in that span.
They're looking for 10 as well. They should be.
Yeah, and they've got other guys. I mean, they're without Hollywood Brown. Those 2 guys.
Get a little
they made
orbit
that
twirl
trade for
motion.
Hollywood Brown. He and
Play
Hopkins
action.
have been
McCoy looking, fires down the field, and he's got D-Hop again for another big first down into 49er territory across the 40. So D-Hop now 3 catches for 40 yards. I almost went him on my solo bet, but I ended up going Christian McCaffrey first. Right now, D-Hop off to a great start. 3 catches for 40. And Colt McCoy now 5 of 6 for 54 yards. D-Hop off the field now for a break. That's fine. Just need him to come back in for the first touchdown. Quick little swing out to Connor. Gets to the 40. Gets to about the 30. He'll be brought down about the 31.
Connor, a catch and a run, picks up 8.
Well, like I said, coming into this game, Joe, that this pass rush for the 49ers, primarily a 4-man rush. They don't blitz a lot. But, man, they can get after the quarterback, and they have throughout this season. That you just
Rain
have
is
to
still
get the
pouring
ball out
down in
quick.
Mexico
So
City.
we've seen McCoy get the ball out quick, and then you also have some of those things in the design by Cliff Kingsbury with the quick screen game and see what they can get after the catch.
Twins right. Single receiver left. Tight end in the box. Handoff Connor. He'll bounce to the outside. He'll get across the first down marker and get a gain of about 4.
He's been around his 13th year in the NFL. He's 36 years old. And when we got a chance to talk to him, and I asked him about, you feel like you ever really got a fair shot? And he said, I'm not making excuses. I had a lot of injuries, and I just flat out didn't win enough. A guy who was the 4th quarterback off the board in his draft year. He's the only one left standing from 2010 of the quarterbacks that were taken.
Handoff.
But he
Another
has
gain
learned
of
all
about 3 or 4.
facets of
That
the
was to
game.
Ingram.
Ingram picks up 4. And
All right, need to see DeAndre Hopkins comes back in.
Do what we're doing.
He might be the governor of Texas when it's all said and done. I mean, he's a likable guy, and he has really galvanized the entire locker room. And obviously, he's a different quarterback than Kyler Murray. Sometimes you like to have
D-Hop's
someone
still
with
not in.
similar
I don't like
skill
that,
sets,
man.
but he's been a
I wanna see
welcome
him get
addition.
the
He's
first
essentially
touchdown.
like a coach player
2
now.
tight ends set to the left.
As much
Twins to the
as
right.
he's been around the game and as much as
2nd
he's
and
been able to help a lot
6.
of these younger
Looking
players.
to the left. Fires deep towards the end zone, and that's incomplete.
For tight end Steven Anderson.
Took a shot for Anderson, and Just sailed it over his head. 3rd and 6
Through
now.
the hands of Anderson.
They didn't
Celtics starting
they
dad.
didn't
That's
get
not good, Sam.
separation on the route. They're trying to
Who are they
run a
playing tonight?
2-on-1 on the safety, but the receivers, so the safety is pulled to that side because the inside receiver there didn't get to the middle the way that you would have liked for him to, but this ball was on the money. I mean, we saw these throws all afternoon against the LA Rams, and that was one that Anderson, you know, should have caught.
Charvarius Ward down on a knee. Or at least to talk about the high altitude, and you wonder if he's just trying to catch his breath.
Bulls. Tough opponent.
That is somebody the 49ers can ill afford to lose. They've already lost Emmanuel Mosley with a torn ACL. This is his 5th game missed, and Jason Verrett never did play. Coming back off the torn ACL and then tore his Achilles in practice leading up to what they thought would be his first game a week ago.
Yeah, that would be a big loss if they lose Charvarius Ward and what he's expected to be able to do in this ball game, and then of course even moving
Carver
forward.
family in the house.
Has really played
Team
well.
member of the Coach Plays.
Well,
What's up, Carver family?
there's Ward at the end of the play. He got back to about the 10 and then took a knee. And Greenlaw.
I need
able
to
get
see
off the field under
D-Hop
his own
get back
power,
into
but
this game.
altitude's
I
a real
didn't see him
thing.
limp
I mean,
off
as
or
Lisa said,
anything.
these two teams prepared for
He
this
just hasn't
game.
been in since his 3rd catch.
Totally different.
Sitting at Granny's, awesome.
The 49ers going to Colorado
So I
Springs.
said, hey,
Cardinals have been training with altitude masks for the last 3 weeks, but they kind of played it business as usual.
Yeah, and both organizations, they talked
D-Hop
about
is
how much
back in.
research
He's the
they had
single
done in
receiver
it.
to the left.
The research
2
that
back
they were
set. Now
following
tight end will motion offset wing
these
to the
teams,
left.
the
Showing blitz.
using it a little bit.
Looking D-Hop's way. Going to fire towards him. And it's incomplete.
And Lenore.
Man.
And Lenore
Had a
celebrating.
chance
There's
there
no
for the first
flag, and
touchdown.
Hopkins thought it was pass interference. It's 4th down.
Cardinals going to have to
Lenore is
settle for a
definitely
field goal.
trying to stay on top of them. And
There's
you
a
see
lot of
the
contact there for sure.
contact there. They're letting them play a little bit here tonight. See that rain coming down. That's, you just wonder, it's got to benefit the 49ers as much trouble as the Cardinals have had running the ball and the problems up front in their offensive line.
Matt Prater from 40.
40-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. Prater will squeak this one in, and the Cardinals will take the lead.
Points of the night.
But no touchdown, so my bet is still alive for now as far as the first touchdown bet. Cardinals take the early lead 3-0, and we'll go ahead and look at that box score another time now. Colt McCoy up to 5 of 8 for 54 yards, 82 quarterback rating. Had a very efficient drive there on the second drive. Rondale Moore 1 carry for 6. That was in the first drive. James Conner 3 for 6. Keontae Ingram 1 for 4. DeAndre Hopkins off to a good start. 3 catches for 40 yards, averaging 13.3 off of 4 targets. Trey McBride 1 for 6. James Conner 1 for 8. So that is where we are at early. Colt McCoy has looked D-Hop's way early and often, and that's a good sign. Would love to see the 49ers get Christian McCaffrey involved in the passing game now in this second drive. Want to see that over 37 hit fairly quick.
Mexico, and they have been having fun all week. And those that are packed into this stadium,
Lane
even
Kiffin
with
to
the rain,
Auburn.
enjoying it all.
Yeah, it was.
What's
we
up,
got here
Brad?
Extra early, not knowing how traffic
Is
might be.
that
and the fans, they let
something
them in
that's
4 hours
starting to
before
become
kickoff
real,
earlier than
Coach Allen?
what they do back in the U.S. They were ready to roll.
Out to the 25.
I saw
for
his
San
tweet.
Francisco down 3. The 49ers have
Oh,
a
his
full
tweet
house.
just is some late night
Skill
reading.
players. Receiver Brandon Ayuk
Breaking
leads
Ole
the team
Miss
in
head coach
receiving
plans
yards.
to
Tight
step
end George
down his
Kittle
dribbles.
has been to 3 Pro Bowls. Receiver Deebo Samuel, dynamic with the
Really? That's interesting.
But to bring him into this fold and allow Kyle Shanahan to use him with all the versatility that he brings, I knew it would be a good fit.
Here he is, makes the catch and gets
Christian
about
McCaffrey on the catch there for a gain of 10 and a first down. Gain of 11. That is off to a good start.
Look at this number. He is the only player in NFL history to average over 50 yards rushing and 50 yards receiving per game.
I think he's one of those guys, Joe. Le'Veon Bell was one of them as well. I think he's one of those guys that if he was only a wide receiver and played in the slot, he'd be a Pro Bowl wide receiver. I mean, he can pretty much do it all.
Garoppolo looking, checks it down to Christian McCaffrey. That's what I want to see. Give him a gain of
And I
6.
think the question then for
Gain of
Arizona
5. He's now got 2
defensively,
catches,
Vance
16
Joseph,
yards.
the
So he's
defensive
down
coordinator,
5 after
is,
the first quarter.
you know, who are you going
All
to
right.
try to take
Wanted
away?
to see Christian
Because
McCaffrey get
they have
involved in the
so
pass
many
game. They've got him
offensive
now.
Weapons that can do so many different things. You know, is that Deebo Samuel? Is that Kittle? Is that
Coach
McCaffrey?
Allen, did you ever
We
place a
visited
bet?
Vance Joseph and asked him that very question. He said Christian McCaffrey is the guy that we have to be able to
Get a
control.
trip set to the right, hand off Christian McCaffrey, and he'll get a gain of about 3. Bring it about 3rd and 2.
And then on the other side, Kyle Shanahan said, with our offense right now, you tell me who's our number 1 option.
Definitely
Is
going
it
to need to
Ayuk?
see Garoppolo
Is
to
it
pick up
Samuel?
his
Is it
passing as he's
McCaffrey?
2
Is it
for 4
Kittle?
for 16 yards.
Whoever the other team tries to
We've
take
got a
away,
long time to
we
go,
have other
but
spots to go with the ball.
They have an answer,
Worries me
and
a
that's
little bit
all
right
you
now.
hope for as a quarterback and as an offense. And what a luxury
3rd and 2.
Garoppolo has in being able to get the ball to so many different players that are really game changers.
Deebo Samuel in motion, hands it off to him,
First touch.
and there's going to be a flag. He did not get to the first down. Going to be a loss of about 1, but there was a flag.
San Francisco. They didn't
Don't
get the
know if
first
I
down
like
on
that
top of
call on a 3rd and 2 going east and west.
it. We'll give his first announcement of the night. This is the first penalty. Loss of 1 on that play.
Holding. Offense, number 85. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is 4th down.
So it's going to be about a
It's
4th
against
and
George
4,
Kittle, the tight
and
end.
I would say the 49ers are going to punt.
Yeah, there he is, 85.
Yeah, George Kittle, that was,
And he
he
gets the hold there
did
on
not
J.J.
play that
Watt.
well at all.
Trying to keep him from being able to get up the field and make a play, but didn't really have much of an impact on that play because
So
Cardinals,
49ers
I think this
offense is
when you
off,
just look at
and
their
they are
numbers,
punting.
they
So
don't
the
impress
first
you,
down,
but
first
I think
touchdown
they're
bet
better than
still
what their
live.
numbers show. And they really rallied to the football. there
49ers
on
will
that
kick
third
this
down
off.
run.
49ers, I believe, came into this game as a 10-point
Favorite.
favorite. I thought that was a lot of points. And this time, the 49ers will pin them.
By the 49ers.
Going to pin them back at the 3.
Who made a play at home against the Chargers on one that he backed in to the end zone. Still got credit for the play. Looked like he kept it out. 53-yard punt.
So for the Cardinals will have to go the length of the field on this drive as they will start on their own 4-yard line. So on a commercial break right now. After that, Jimmy Garoppolo's now 2 for 4 for 16 yards. Christian McCaffrey 2 catches for 16 yards, as he's got both the completions for Jimmy G. Christian McCaffrey also 2 carries for 5 yards. Deebo Samuel 1 for -2. That's really the only thing that has changed as far as the box score is concerned.
In Mexico City, tough place with this offensive line that's patchwork for Arizona to start. Ball sitting at their own 4 against this San Francisco front.
Yeah, Arizona goes big. They go 2 tight ends. They
2
bring
tight
in
ends
Max
to the left,
Williams,
2 receivers to the right.
who was just brought
Colt
up
McCoy under center.
at tight end to help
Handoff,
out.
Connor, not a whole lot there, and he'll get a gain of 1.
Charvarius Ward back in the game, made that play, and he had help. Let's check in with Lisa.
Well, Joe, the Cardinals offense now without one of Colt McCoy's favorite targets from last week, Rondell Moore, only played 2 snaps. He's now questionable with a groin injury.
Wow, that's big. 24 catches over the last 3 games coming in. So they thought
questionable
they might get Hollywood Brown back.
Far turn
He's
as
not
he
able to
is
go
just
this
sitting
week,
on the
and now
bench
Rondell
with the
Moore's
jacket on.
Yeah, and boy, that's a pretty big hit. I mean, we saw him with that opening play.
Quick throw, Colt McCoy, and that is a really good ball, which is going to be about a yard shy. Give it a half a yard shy. Quick out route. Ball was out on time, and Dortch caught that one in between traffic.
And all this guy does is make catches.
Great
Takes
play
some
there.
shots down
Brings
the
up a
field.
3rd
He's
and a half a yard.
got really good hands, but he'll be relied on more now with
Twins on each side. Pistol formation for Colt McCoy and Connor.
Green, they have Robbie Anderson.
Tight end will motion in the backfield.
Tight end in motion.
Little split zone action, and Connor leaps up and over and picks up the first down.
Got a good block from the rookie tight end Trey McBride.
Yes, he did. And, you know, when you watch James Conner and really this offense, when they try to run the football, there's not typically a lot of movement up front. You got to dodge some people. And this time, Conner just decides to hurdle him and pick up that first down.
Little breathing room for Arizona.
Sets up a screen to the tight end McBride. He'll pick up maybe a yard. That was well defended.
Good job there by Charvarius Ward. Here's another look at James Conner on that 3rd down play. He just goes, you got Jimmy Ward who's coming in trying to make a tackle. But, you know, the key for an opponent against the 49ers.
That's tough, Sam. Maybe they can come back.
Their physicality defensively, really on the offensive side of the ball as well. And we've seen Charvarius Ward now come up. And
2nd and 8 for the Cardinals.
Cornerback position, making tackles.
Second down and 8.
Fires middle of the field, and he's got
And he finds A.J.
Green, AJ Green.
2 catches, a
And it'll bring
touchdown
up a
at the
3rd and
Rams.
short, about
Hasn't
3rd and
been
3.
used much, just his 13th catch of the season after 54 a year ago, and that great run he had when he first came into the league with Cincinnati.
He made some outstanding catches last week. He had 2 in that game. One was on 4th down, made a great catch. And then he had the touchdown, which was another incredible catch. Hadn't had any catches the 2 games prior to that. But he's a lot like DeAndre Hopkins.
Man, just
in his
72
ability
yards receiving this year for
to
AJ
make
Green. Not a
catches
lot.
if it's
3rd and
anywhere
3, trips
within
to the
the
left,
vicinity of
snugged
his
on the
radius.
backside.
3rd down and 3.
McCoy in trouble, will screen it off to Connor, and that was a low pass and incomplete.
Was there for San Francisco, 4th down.
We saw Greenlaw leave the game a little bit earlier. He got ejected last
Nick Bosa
week.
was back there
But
putting
he's
pressure
just
on
an
Colt
outstanding
McCoy.
Football player, and this team knows that they're going to see a lot of screens each week, and he is.
That wasn't
all
even a
over
screen.
that
I just think he
Whether
went to the
catches
check
it or
down
not, he
early.
was going nowhere.
Andy Lee, another punt. He punted here against Arizona for San Francisco back in 2005. He's been at it a long time. 19th year. It's a beauty. Wow.
Going to be fielded at the 19, and that's where he will fair catch it.
Happy birthday, Troy.
Good punt there for the Cardinals. 49ers will take back over, down 3-0 to the Cardinals. If you took the under right now, you're feeling pretty good as it's off to a decent start. So Colt McCoy now 8 of 12 for 69 yards. I'm okay with that. That's a pretty good start for Colt McCoy. He's on his track to hitting 200 yards passing. 5.8 average, 81.6 quarterback rating. Jimmy G, need him to kind of get going on this second drive. Would still love to not see a touchdown because D-Hop is still live for my first touchdown bet. But regardless, need Jimmy G to start putting some completions together as he's 2 of 6 for 16. Christian McCaffrey's been in the offense so far, 2 carries for 5, 2 catches for 16. Would love to see a couple more catches by Christian McCaffrey and lock up that 37 over receiving yards.
This is the 5th regular season game the NFL has staged here. 12th overall, so they had some excellent one that counts. 49ers with just 1 first down over their first 2 possessions.
And check it down to Deebo Samuel, and he'll push forward for a gain of about 4 or 5. Good job after the catch, that's for sure.
Opportunity for the 49ers tonight. Why? Because if they get a win, they get to 6-4, and they have an early season win over the Seahawks. That was in week 2 when Trey Lance went down and Jimmy Garoppolo took over.
Well, it sets up well for San Francisco. You mentioned it coming into this game. This is deemed a home game for the Cardinals, but obviously playing on a neutral site. And then after this game, they have 3 straight home games. So they've lost a couple tough ones this season, but they have a
little
chance
pitch
to
Christian McCaffrey, and he'll get nowhere. So bring up 3rd and 6, and 49ers in danger of another 3 and out. At some point, they're going to have to push the ball down the field.
The way that they've just not been able to get that running game going the way that you expect to see. Here's a look at the 49ers' upcoming schedule.
Saints, first place Dolphins, first place Bucks, at Seattle. It's 3rd down and 6.
Empty formation here. Garoppolo looking left, fires, and he's got Kittle. Needed 6, and he gets a gain of about 7.
Allen had pressure, and Garoppolo able to get it away for 7 yards.
Yeah, it was a well-designed play on the outside. 2 receivers to that side. Kittle, he comes up behind Juwan Jennings, and Budda Baker just not able to get there in time. So pretty good pitch and catch there with Garoppolo and Kittle for that first down. And that's a down that they have been dominating. They had not yet converted on 3rd down in this game, but they were outstanding last week. And actually for the last 3 weeks, they've been converting over 50% of their 3rd down. So It's a
All right, so
quarterback
pistol
down.
formation
Jimmy
here.
Garoppolo has thrown the ball really well.
And pitches it to Christian McCaffrey, and he will find some grass and get a gain of about 4 or 5, but it's going to come back due to holding.
McCaffrey got 5, but we'll see if the play stands.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense, number 93. That's a 15-yard penalty added to the end of the play, automatic. First down.
That's against Ledbetter, who made the stop.
Right at the end of this play, you see Ledbetter. Well, I'm not so sure there, Mr. Perry.
Thanks. Give me that one. You traveled all the way to Mexico City.
All the
You're
way
wearing
to Mexico
a tie
to say
way
it's a
in.
miss.
It's a miss. It was shoulder pad, not face mask.
Oh, they
15
called
free
face
yards.
mask? Wow.
And the first accepted
Thought that was
penalty.
holding. So 49ers do extend this here. Garoppolo throws inside. Deebo Samuel to the 40, 35, and across to about the 33. Big throw and catch there. The 49ers are in Cardinal territory.
49ers as quarter number 1 comes to a close.
So that will end the first quarter of Monday Night Football. 49ers find themselves down 3-0 to the Cardinals, but for the first time tonight have moved the chains a little bit and have now gotten into Cardinals territory. So we'll look at the box score real quick for the end of the first quarter. Jimmy G now up to 45 yards passing, 5 of 7 for 45. So that's starting to feel a little bit better for my parlay. Colt McCoy's got 7 of 11 for 61. So far I would say Colt McCoy's had the better efficient day today. 78 rating to Jimmy G does have an 88, but Colt McCoy has looked a little bit better so far, but this drive could be a big one for the 49ers. What's up, Chase Bishop? Says, sup, coach. Hope you're doing well, Chase. McCaffrey up to 11 yards rushing on 4 carries. Still leads the team. Well, no, he doesn't anymore. Deebo Samuel now has 2 catches for 23 yards, as Christian McCaffrey has 2 catches for 16. For the Cardinals, Rondale Moore took a sweep on the first play of the game for negative 6 yards. He has not been back in since, as apparently he's got a groin injury, so he's probably done for the game. James Conner, 6 carries for 18. Not terrible, but not great. A long of 8, average of 3. DeAndre Hopkins, found him early and often. Would like to see them get going back to him. He's got 3 catches for 40 yards. Trey McBride, 2 for 8. That is the rookie tight end out of Colorado State. So, to the commercial we go. After the end of the first quarter. If you took the under, you're feeling good. Dudley making an appearance, and we're back.
But how do you think your guys have handled the altitude and the rain?
Yeah, I think both teams look a little tired, but it's a great
Pitch to the
atmosphere.
left. Christian McCaffrey. He's got some room to the 30, to the 20, and pushed out of bounds at about the 11. Need that to be receiving, not rushing.
Big play for the 49ers of 20 for Christian McCaffrey.
Well, it helps when you got like big guys like Trent Williams and then left guard Aaron Banks, and along with Juszczyk at fullback, and here they come, and leading the way. Trent Williams is knocking down. He's knocking down people like they're bowling pins out there.
He's amazing. A big guy with unbelievable feet.
Would love to see the
awesome.
49ers settle
He's
for a
one of the
field
best
goal
players
here,
in the
but
NFL,
we'll see.
regardless of the position.
Agreed.
Something we
Play
see.
action, rolling out to the right. Jimmy G fires, and incomplete. Intended for George Kittle.
And there was nothing out there. So far, 7 plays on this drive, and touches-wise, McCaffrey's touched it 3 times. Samuel twice and Kittle once, as he couldn't connect there.
A lot of conversation. Trent Williams won't like that I'm bringing this up, but a lot of conversation this week about him tipping off whether it was run or pass based on his stance. And there is a little something to it, but you still got to know more than that, especially when you're going up against him. And as Kyle Shanahan said, I have no problems with Trent Williams, and nor do I, for the record.
Quick throw, Deebo Samuel. He'll maneuver around, and he'll pick up a gain of about 5, and he'll bring up third and about 5 inside the 10-yard line.
When we talked with Kyle Shanahan about Deebo Samuel, about the time that Deebo was being used a lot in the backfield, and he said,
Jimmy G now up to 50 yards passing.
I don't want Deebo Samuel to be a 1-2 punch. I want him to be a game changer. And by bringing in Christian McCaffrey, he allows Kyle Shanahan then to use Samuel the way that he wants, because McCaffrey, even though we haven't seen yet Elijah Mitchell carry the football, with him coming back from his injury along with McCaffrey.
Trip set to the left, snugged on the backside. Garoppolo looking. Double clutches, fires to the end zone. Touchdown. Brandon Ayuk. That was the other name I thought about. Dang. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk gets the first score of the night.
These are the things that people don't want to talk about.
That was a tight window throw by Jimmy G.
Now he comes out of the backfield, and Garoppolo, you see him, he's wanting to get to him right there, but he's not there. He sees this defender, so he comes off of it, and he works
Great throw to Brandon
for the touchdown.
And the 49ers have taken the lead for the first time tonight.
7-3 49ers. And what a good drive. They used McCaffrey. They used Samuel. They used Kittle.
So, I still have never won a first touchdown score. What was unfortunate, Brandon Ayuk was the same odds as DeAndre Hopkins. I just went with DeAndre. Oh well, you live to see another day. That is not the main concern. I need to see Christian McCaffrey get the ball thrown to him a little bit more. He was looking his way there for the touchdown. So we are on a commercial break. 13:35 left to play in the first half. Need to see what film breakdown I want to do tomorrow, as the all 22 films should be now available. At least by tomorrow. May dive into Cowboys' huge win. Probably Patrick Mahomes wouldn't be bad. Could just break down that final drive. I'll definitely probably do that one.
Colt McCoy and company will start at the 25.
Well, we came into this game talking about Colt McCoy and the job he
Turn that down just due to that copyright music.
Quick, that's well below league average, and that's what he brings. And as I said coming into this game, trying to figure out, is it Kyler Murray, is it Colt McCoy this week? Kyler Murray's still dealing with that hamstring injury, and a banged-up quarterback like Kyler.
Hand off Connor, and Connor's bouncing off would-be tacklers for a loss of 1.
Ends up sliding down the line and losing 1.
No, that's the hard part. When you look at them and how they've run the football this year, it hasn't been great. They're in the bottom third. If you take Kyler Murray's rushing yards out of it, then they sink near the bottom. And he of course is a big part of what they do within the run game. But what it tells you is when they have to run the ball with running backs and really move people off the line of scrimmage, they just simply can't.
Colt McCoy looking downfield, fires, and he's got his tight end for a gain of about 6 or so. This will bring up about a 3rd and 4.
As 3 times tonight, the Cardinals have lost yardage.
That was
on
Williams,
first down
actually.
carries. They're trying to overcome that.
So 3rd and 4.
Now with 3rd down and 4.
Well, at least they got it after that completion. They made this a manageable 3rd down. There are a lot of options now for Colt McCoy.
You got to think Colt McCoy would like to look the way of a D-hop here. Showing blitz is the 49ers on 3rd and 4. See if they bring them. They send them. Throws to D-hop on a back shoulder, and that was easy.
Back shoulder throw and a catch is made. 49ers don't agree.
That's what I would do if I was Colt McCoy as well. If they send the blitz, they leave one-on-one for D-hop, just throw him a nice back shoulder, and he hits it. D-hop now 4 catches for 56. That's what I want to see. Getting close to one of the legs. Colt McCoy will keep it, and he'll fall down for a loss of 1.
But a week ago, when they were going through practice and Colt McCoy was designated as a starter, he preached to these wide receivers all week long. You be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there, and I'll get you the ball. And these receivers, they did their part, and Colt did his. And receivers like that. They want to know that if they have an opportunity, and
that's
they have
tough,
that's
Sam.
that the ball is going to get
NBA's
to
tough this time of year.
And Colt has done that. He really has elevated the play.
Get a trips bunch to the right, empty formation. Now Connor will motion back. McCoy fires to the middle, and I think that's McBride for a short gain.
Gain of 4, so 3rd
We'll bring up a 3rd and long, probably about a 3rd and 7.
See what D'Amico Ryans wants to do here, whether he'll come up and challenge these guys or maybe bring some pressure. Overall, on 3rd down, they bring blitz more than they do in general.
Well, the way the Cardinals have played out the year, this is basically 4-down territory for them. They go for it more than any team on 4th down. Right now it's 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7. Trips left, single receiver to the right. Sending blitz. Here they come. They send 5. Quick throw. D-hop gets to the 40, and that's another 1st down. Cardinals. D-hop now 5 catches for 66 yards. Just need 10 more yards. There's a late flag.
Here they come, and it's an easy pickup right here off the slot. They bring the blitz, and that's the blitz beater.
Now, are they going to get taunting? Yeah, they're going to get taunting on D-Hop for pointing at him, I guess.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, taunting.
Wow.
Number 10 on the offense. It's a 15-yard penalty.
That is tough.
It'll be 1st and 10, Arizona.
So they get a 1st down, but wipe the yards out, basically.
What they are trying
He
to
stood
take
up
out
and
of
he
the
said,
lead.
got you, got you.
And so you see DeAndre Hopkins, the one who gets called, never does think it was much, but this is the most penalized offense in the NFL. And so you do some good things. You got a good drive going against a good defensive football team. And
So bring it back to the 45. Cardinals who pick up a 1st down.
When he had that touchdown, I think it was against the Steelers a few weeks ago. Here's a
Little draw action for Connor, and he trips up, and it'll be a loss of 1. They cannot run the ball, I'll tell you that.
In case you're wondering, They got the first down on the completion. Then the flag, so it cost them 15 yards of field position, does not cost them the first down, and now it's 2nd and 11.
Yep. Now he's having a conversation. He wants a little more clarification. I don't know that he got it.
2nd and 11.
That safety is walked down to D-Hop's side. Looks like might be kind of bracketing, or does he come on a blitz? Nah, they stay too high, and he's looking his way. Forces McCoy to check it down, and that's going to be picked off. It went off Connors, and they're blowing the whistle now. He tried to check it down to Connor. It goes off of his hands, and they are able to pick it off.
2nd interception for Jimmy Ward off the hand of James Conner. The 49ers, they haven't had a lot of takeaways, but
maybe, Sam. I don't know what quarter they're in.
And when you play zone, then you've got eyes on the quarterback.
He just went for the easy check down. That's on James Conner, man. I thought maybe he threw it behind him. Conner just goes up one-handed with it. Terrible, lazy play. Just catch the ball. Colt McCoy looks frustrated. That is not on Colt McCoy. He put it in the area for James Conner, and he just tried for some reason catch it one-handed when it was right here. He could have easily caught it too. So that's a big interception for the 49ers. D-Hop had a good series there. 5 catches for 66. We're getting close to hitting for that. McCoy now up to 98 yards. I am feeling good about this parlay. The biggest thing we need is a Christian McCaffrey to pick up his receiving yards. He's got 16. That was all on the first drive. If it's just halftime, they definitely got a lot of time, Sam. So need D-Hop over 75 yards receiving. He's at 66. McCaffrey over 37.5. He's at 16. Colt McCoy over 200 yards. He's now at 105. That's got him at 98. This has him at 105. Then Jimmy G over 200 yards passing. He's at 57. So the Jimmy G is a little concerning too. So that's where we're at, though. Big turnover there for the Cardinals.
Interception by Jimmy Ward on the deflection. First down at the 46. Good protection.
Jimmy G throws it. Kittle will push forward for a gain of about 6. Come on, make me feel good. Let's throw it to Christian McCaffrey a little bit.
My phone's been blowing up. You know, when I said I was 65 years old, and I don't know if you know this, but I'm not quite that old. But what I've learned is, everybody wants to tell everyone they're younger than they are. I go the other way.
Yeah.
You know, I want to look good for however old they think I am.
Well, that's fair. I mean, it's the worst when you throw that out there and then people kind of believe you. Wow,
yeah,
you're
that's why
79?
Yeah, people out there saying, gosh, I thought he was a lot older than me.
Second down and 3.
And we're going to get like a false start here. No, a timeout on the 49ers.
Taken by the sideline and Kyle Shanahan, who, by the way, is 3-7 as the head coach of San Francisco in his 10 games against the Cardinals. They were swept by Arizona last year. One game that came with Colt McCoy quarterback. seems like the 49ers are starting to get a little traction here on the wet turf in Mexico City.
Yeah, I think so. They obviously struggled a little bit earlier to get anything going, but Jimmy Garoppolo, they're still not really running the ball the way that I think that they can, but Jimmy Garoppolo's doing a good job. He's seeing the field and getting it to the right people, and he's done some good stuff. You know, with that penalty that we saw on DeAndre Hopkins, he was still talking to the officials there during the break, but you know, certainly after that interception allowed San Francisco to have
McCaffrey not on the field right now.
Might have otherwise had.
Garoppolo at 773%.
Garoppolo, quick throw to Brandon Ayuk is too high and incomplete.
Off the right hand of Ayuk. 3rd down and 3.
Ayuk, we saw him with that touchdown reception, and he comes into this game as the 49ers leading receiver, and I really like him. You know, that ball comes in hot, and you know, with the moisture in the air, and you don't know what the conditions are like that when the football comes up off that slick surface, but he did some good things. I know he had the fumble last week. He dropped what would have been a touchdown, but he also made some
3rd and 3 for Garoppolo and the 49ers. Christian McCaffrey splits out wide to the right. Empty formation now in the slot. Garoppolo checks down, looks, fires down the middle, and he's got Kittle to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, 49ers.
He keeps his eyes down the field, and right here you see that he's covered, but then he takes off and gets vertical.
TV messed up on me.
See that he's covered, but then he takes off and gets vertical, and that's why he's able to get in.
Wow,
that
great heads-up play.
Really an excellent job between those two guys of making a play.
Thought for a split second he was about to dump it off to McCaffrey. That now has Garoppolo up to 103. We're definitely looking good. We're on pace for both quarterbacks to hit. But I've got to now see Christian McCaffrey get some more catches as he's got 2 for 16. Feel like we get plenty of time for that to come. What I really need to happen is the Cardinals to make this game. Don't go 3 and out here. This needs to be a game where the 49ers continue to have to play hard. All right, so let's look at the box score now. Real quick, we'll give a shout out to the Coach Plays team members. Coach Allen, Bodo Winter, and Shea Flat for being Hall of Fame members, the biggest membership you can have on the Coach Plays. They are in the gold. And the rest of the Coach Plays members, the Carver family, Beantown Breakdown, James Peach, Asia Roberson, Big Skip Fishing, Steel Inya, Samantha, Jacob, Troxel Sports Streams, the Gridiron Blitz, Alyssa, JT, Justin Brown, and our newest and latest member, Samuel Gurrell. Appreciate you guys very much, and thank you for your support. Box score has us now, Jimmy G, 9 of 13 for 103 with a 132 quarterback rating, 2 touchdowns. So after the slow start with the first 2 drives, he's now kind of hit his stride. That was a big play there just moments ago after the interception that the Cardinals had. Colt McCoy, 11 of 16 for 98, 1 interception, quarterback rating of 58. Rushing, Christian McCaffrey, 5 for 31. James Conner, 8 for 16. Team 20 yards rushing for the 49ers, 13 for the Cardinals. So right now both teams struggling to run the ball. Receiving, George Kittle, 3 catches, 52 yards and a touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, 2 for 16. Deebo Samuel, 3 for 28. For the Cardinals, it is the D-Hop show. DeAndre Hopkins, 5 catches for 66. Trey McBride for 3 for 12. You got the 49ers as a single to win. Hey, there you go.
Experian boost.
That is good news, Sam. Game's still not over, but the 49ers definitely looking like they are headed that way.
Over his last 4 throws. Goal kicks it. Out to the 25 it will come. George Kittle's a big wrestling fan. And before the game, he got a chance to Shake hands with the Mexican luchador Pentagon Jr. Pentacero Miedo, which means zero fear. And he brought a mask for George Kittle, and a nice moment for 85 here in Mexico City, and I'm sure for Pentagon Jr.
Yes, sir. And the 49er faithful that's here. A lot of 49er fans, as you mentioned. Costly interception.
Trip set to the right. D-Hop, lone receiver to the left. Handoff. Little buck sweep for Connor. He's going to bounce it backside, and he'll get a gain of about 4. Man, just everything on the ground is coming with a whole lot of energy.
They have really struggled when they've tried running the ball on first down. That time, you know, Connor a lot of it on his own, but at least they pick up 5 yards. Say otherwise, you know, getting into long down situations, of course, is a losing proposition against any defense, especially this one. But go to the quick passing game and use that as an extension of the run game.
Boy looks, throws, and there's D-Hop. And he'll push forward for a gain of about 6 or 7. That's going to get him close. Now 6 catches for 72.
Kyler Murray, of course, hasn't played, as everyone knows, as well as what they were hoping from him. But then also, you got DeAndre Hopkins. He was suspended the first 6 games. Marquise Brown, he goes down a month ago. He's yet to play at the same time as DeAndre Hopkins, and now when he comes
Cardinals
back,
need a big drive here, at least putting up a field goal to get some points back on this board to feel some sort of confidence. Colt McCoy looking for the screen, fires, and that one's almost picked off.
Trying to set up a screen, was under pressure by T.Y. McGill.
Like I say, they tried to set up a screen, but Colt McCoy had no time right there.
I just think this defense is so well coached, and you watch in the middle. And once Kerry Hyder recognizes that it's screen, he falls underneath it. And so you've got the pressure because they're letting guys get to the quarterback. That's what they want. And then Colt, he really can't do anything with it. And these guys, I mentioned it, they play
2nd and 10. They need to get a chunk of this back.
Well coached on both
Connor will offset now out wide to the left to make it empty. Quick throw underneath. That is Dort. He'll pick up half of it. So now 3rd and 5.
He's in his 2nd year as defensive coordinator. Took over for Robert Saleh, now the head coach of the Jets. 10 years, a linebacker and a very good one in the NFL, and a head coach in waiting.
I couldn't agree more.
What's up, Darrell?
I just don't think he's going to be around much longer, and Kyle Shanahan should probably start figuring out, I'm sure he has already, as to
He
who
says San
DeMeco
Francisco
Ryans'
all the
successor
way.
will be, because it's clear
3rd
that
and
he
6,
has
2
the
backs in the
players.
backfield, twins to the right. I think this is a free play. Got him off sides. Gets it to Dortch. He makes a guy miss. 50, 40, 30, 20. Down to the 10. Gets him down to about the 12. There's a flag on the play. This should be encroachment by the defense. Dortch, man, he's got some moves. As a nice little slot receiver. I know nothing about Dortch. We'll have to do some research on him. That was offsides on Bosa. But Dortch takes this for a big gain, and now Colt McCoy's got 155 yards passing.
Yeah, they did, and Hufanga was there on the back end.
And the Cardinals are all the way down to 49ers 12.
That's a great job of Dortch after getting the ball, of dodging some defenders. But Hufanga gets him to the ground. Now can the Cardinals, this is an area of the field.
2 tight end set, 2 receivers split out wide. Little split zone action. Connor bounces it to the left. And he fumbles. It goes out of bounds. Just a gain of 1. He did 1 bounce to the outside. I thought that was the right read. Felt like he should have went straight downhill after that, but he kept trying to go east to west. And that's where he gets rolled up on, and he did fumble. Luckily, it went out of bounds. But he's got to get north. That's where backs make a lot of their mistakes. You make the proper bounce. Get north immediately after. Various Ward, 5 tackles tonight. So trips to the right, twins left, empty formation. Connor is in the slot to the left. Colt McCoy looking, throws the D-Hop for a quick out. He gets shoved out late over a camera guy.
go back to
Bring up about a 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. D-Hop's upset because he thought it was a late hit. D-Hop now 77 yards receiving as that is hit.
5-yard gain here. Hopkins came away looking for a flag for this shove.
As one of my legs for the parlay is done in the first half. That is a good sign.
It's 3rd down and 4. Hopkins 7 catches, 77 yards.
3rd and 4. Cardinals, they get all the way down here. Would love to find a way to get in the end zone. Ball is at the 7-yard line, 3rd and 4. McCoy looking quick. Throw to Dortch. First down to about the 2-yard line. It'll bring up a 1st and goal.
This guy just catches the ball. As I mentioned, coming in, he had 25 receptions. He'd
Who
been
is this
targeted
Dortch
29
guy?
times. So only 4 times was the ball in his area.
Greg Dortch.
And the 4 that he didn't make, Joe, nobody
5'7", 175.
If you just get it around him, he's going to make a play.
I'll try to read about him during the commercial break. Pro set to the right. Actually, 2 tight ends set to the right. Dortch motions right to left. Handoff. Connor gets north, and Connor will get into the end zone. And that is a big answering drive for the Arizona Cardinals. Dortch is in his 2nd season out of Wake Forest. 5'7", 175. I knew I liked him. He's my same height.
His 4th touchdown of the year.
Pretty good look up front, and Hufanga is the one guy.
So let's
who
try
comes
to
in
find
fill,
more
and
information
it's just
on
one-on-one. It's Connor and Hufanga, and Connor's able to do enough. You see Lenore's trying to get into the mix, but Hufanga was the one guy who kind of had a chance. And then Fred Warner, he's trying to hold up, and there's the ball. You see it down low.
Really impressive response to that 49er touchdown drive off the interception.
So Dortch signed with the New York Jets as an undrafted free agent. He was waived on September 1st.
This is a 14-10 game.
Cardinals get a big-time answer there. Dortch was waived on September 1st. Re-signed with the practice squad. Then the Carolina Panthers signed him off their practice squad. He was waived from them and re-signed to their practice squad. The Rams signed him to their practice squad. And then on December 28th, 2020, Dortch was signed by the Falcons practice squad. And then on August 3rd, 2021, Dortch signed with the Arizona Cardinals. He was waived and then signed on their practice squad. Promoted to the active roster December 25th last year. Finished the year with 3 catches for 15 yards. So he's bounced around as a undrafted receiver, and now on the year, let's kind of look at his stats on the year. So far, he's got 25 receptions, 221 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So he has finally came into his own this year. And tonight is going to be his best career night by far, as he's got 4 catches for 64 yards on a long of 47. Good for Greg Dortch. Celtics done at least. I'm up a bit if the 49ers win. We'll be up 20 if the 49ers win. Hey, that's still be up. That would still be up. So we found out a little bit about Dortch. Colt McCoy now 16 of 22 for 165. Well on his way to that 200 mark. Jimmy G, 9 for 13 for 103. Quarterback rating of 132. D-Hop, 7 catches for 77 yards. All right. Need Christian McCaffrey to start working now on the receptions end.
After that interception, the 49ers were able to capitalize and get that touchdown to Kittle. And the Cardinals able to at least answer and keep it a one-possession game.
Prater. Line drives it into the end zone. Next week we're in Indy, week 12, Monday Night Football.
So next Monday night, Steelers and Colts.
And that's on tap for next Monday night, right here on ESPN. Under 5 to go first half.
So that was a big answer for the Cardinals. We'll see what the 49ers have to do after that. Garoppolo looks, fires in the middle. He's got Deebo Samuel. Breaks the tackle. Gets across the first down. Finishes with a strong stiff and a gain of 13.
Well, you talked about it coming into this game as far as the yards after catch by the 49ers. And they got a number of players that are leading in yards after catch at their position. And this is the whole key. A lot of times you'll see Garoppolo put the ball right on the money. And then these guys continue to run and pick up really key yardage. Things that just don't show up on the stat sheet for a quarterback.
Deebo now 4 catches for 42.
You just get the ball into Samuel's hands, and he's hard to get to the ground.
We'll play action here. Looking. Checks it down. Christian McCaffrey, 40. 50. And he'll be brought down after a gain of 11. That's good to see there. Really good to see there. Christian McCaffrey now 3 catches, 28. Man, he almost broke loose on that one. Really nice first down screen there.
Burford to kind of take a break because early on, being a rookie, he was getting a little overwhelmed. He's going to be a really good player, but by being able to bring in a veteran guy like Brunskill and let him take a series off, settle down, come back in, play some more, it's worked out really well, and his play has improved as a result of it.
Play action again, looking, and he's going to check it down to Christian McCaffrey. He's going to break loose, and he's going to pick up a gain of about 15. Christian McCaffrey, 4 catches, 42 yards.
Behind McCaffrey. And for McCaffrey to be able to make this catch, good catch by him, and yet still make a defender miss, that's pretty good. But that's top of mind for every defense coming in against the 49ers is, hey, they're going to make some completions.
So he has hit the over of 37.5. I'm pumped about that. That is great for the parlay as well, too. Tosses it. Elijah Mitchell. And he'll pick up a gain of about 4 or 5. There is a flag, though.
Mitchell is back in his second year from Louisiana, 6th-round pick that Kyle Shanahan loves.
Loves him. And he sees more of them than I do, but I do
There's
as
no
well.
foul on the play for holding as the block was legal by number 44 and 81. Second down.
So they pick up the flag, and it's a 4-yard gain by Mitchell.
And you just feel, because Mitchell really hasn't even been on the field here in the first half. That's his first carry. He's been on the field for about 4 plays. And McCaffrey's been the guy who's been carrying the ball, and they don't want to overwork either one of them. I just get the feeling that as we move through this game, I would expect to see a lot more of Elijah Mitchell. Now, he missed a lot of time, and he came back last week for the first time in a number of weeks, but he had 18 carries in that game.
2 minutes left in the half. 49.
So 2-minute warning. Cardinals 10, San Francisco 14.
It's located on Reforma Avenue in downtown, one of the most from Spain. Second down here for the 49ers, 2 minutes left. San Francisco 2 timeouts, Arizona 3. Samuel was hung out to dry by Garoppolo. He had to go up to get it. Pass is incomplete.
That was tough for Debo to get there. That was a tight throw.
Yeah, that was a pretty good collision.
Simmons
Isaiah
for
Simmons,
Arizona.
boy, he is in a
hurt.
lot of pain. A little worried about him right now. He comes in, he takes away Juszczyk in the middle.
That looked tough on that right shoulder.
Debo Samuel.
He has really played well right there. Yeah, that's certainly not going to speculate, but he's been a good player here this year for this defense.
So he needs attention. 3rd down and 6 for the 49ers. We'll take a break.
So that will get us to another commercial break, as Isaiah Simmons is down on the ground. Took a lot of force on that right shoulder.
He let them pull him up by his shoulder as he popped up to his feet over to the sideline. 3rd down and 6.
Garoppolo fires. Got Christian McCaffrey for a 1st down. Needed 6. He got about 6.5.
4 straight 3rd down conversions for the 49ers.
Well, they just attack you in so many different ways that they got McCaffrey to the outside. Budda Baker here, he's trying to figure out exactly where Garoppolo's going with the football, and so he's trying to take away the dig route to Ayuk, and then they throw it underneath. Garoppolo reads it perfectly, but those are the one-on-one matchups that it's just hard across the board. It's like you said. I mean, who are you going to defend? And you stop one guy, and then you got another guy who's freeing up for you.
Marcus Golden was slow to get off the field and now able to do so. Isaiah Simmons comes right back in for Arizona. That's good news. 49ers, by the way, on the move. They lead by 4, and they get the ball to start the 2nd half. That goes down as an Arizona charged timeout because of the injury to Golden. They're down to 1.
So now 1st and 10. Garoppolo, quick throw, Debo Samuel on a tunnel screen. He'll pick up about 4.
Coming up on the Allstate halftime, Chris Berman's fastest 3 minutes. And make sure you stay tuned for the final trailer.
Muting that music for copyright purpose.
Second and 6.
Well, they had the 120-yard run by Christian McCaffrey, and outside of that, they really haven't gotten a lot going in the run game. And saw that last play, which is what I kind of expected to see a little more of from Arizona, using that as an extension of the run game.
Garoppolo, end zone, Jennings, incomplete.
Just over the hands of Juwan Jennings. His TV production is struggling with some of their cameras.
There on the outside, Juwan Jennings is one of those players that we really haven't put into that group. of weapons or threats for San Francisco, but the double
They tried to get him on an out and up, but pretty well
really
defended
job, but
by the Cardinals.
Jennings, as 49er fans know, he just makes plays more than he doesn't, but just really good coverage on that one.
3rd and 6, Garoppolo looking. Clean in the pocket, tries to fire for a Deebo Samuel coming across, incomplete, and they're going to have to settle for a field goal.
Wilson was there, number 20, and it's 4th down.
This is a defense that likes to come after the quarterback. They tend to blitz a fair amount. They're top 5. Vance Joseph, and that's been his style as a defensive coordinator, but they haven't come.
So Robbie Gould, 86% on career field goals,
nearly as often as they have,
which
on
is
the
good
season.
for 18th in the season.
39-yard try by Gould.
39-yard field goal attempt right to left is good.
So good for so long. And
So
his
they
18th
extend
year
the
for
lead
Penn
to
State.
7
And been
with
San
43
Francisco
seconds left to
since
go
2017.
in the half.
College football rivalry weekend begins Thanksgiving.
Hush. Keep that mouth quiet. Hush. Stop. Wait just a minute. We got 43 seconds, then we're going to take a break.
Quarterbacks and where they're going to land, someone's going to get what I think is one heck of a player.
Hush.
Arizona's lost 2 timeouts in this half to injury on that 49ers drive, so they have only 1. DeAndre Hopkins, he has been on a run. 3 times in the last 4 games, he's had 10 or more catches, and he is on his way to number 4.
He gets a lot of opportunities, as he should. That's why they brought him to Arizona, and it doesn't matter if it's Kyler Murray
D-Hop,
throwing the
8
football
targets,
or
7 catches,
Colt
77
McCoy.
yards.
We're going to look up number 10 so many times. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's trying to play catch-up now.
So we'll see if the Cardinals push the envelope here. Quick throw to Connor. He'll get underneath a block, and he'll pick up a gain of about 6 or 7. Do they push the issue a little bit? Colt McCoy is hurrying them up. See how they do on this play here. McCoy in trouble. He gets out of it, starts to run, and he will dive forward for a first down. He almost, man, I was worried he was about to get hurt there.
And now 18 seconds remain.
That would be the worst thing for my parlay,
Their final timeout.
is if one of these quarterbacks got hurt.
Still got hit
He
in the
took a pretty
midsection
good
anyway.
shot there.
Yeah, you see, I saw that head snap back. I want to take a closer look at what exactly happened, but just remember that big hit that he took from James Harrison when he was with the Cleveland Browns. One of the biggest hits you'll see in today's NFL. Of course, that was several years ago, but still, the rules were in place.
Colt was 4th quarterback of 14 selected in the 2010 draft after Bradford and Tebow and Clausen. He's the only quarterback from that draft still playing. He was in Cleveland, then San Francisco, backing up Colin Kaepernick in 2013. Washington for 6 years, the Giants for a year at the urging of Jason Garrett to join him there, and Arizona the last 2.
So 1st and 10. Only, hush.
Teams 3-1
Only
in
18
his
seconds
first
left to
starts.
go in the first half. Twins on each side. Colt McCoy looks, double clutches, and he'll just go down, and that will end the half. Feel like Colt McCoy was very, very smart there. He didn't want to make a bad mistake that gave the 49ers a chance to score points at the half. That's going to get us to halftime, guys. I'm going to take a quick break, take him out. We'll be back for the second half. Join us as this one is only a 7-point game. 49ers 17, Arizona 10. See you for the second half.
Elijah Mitchell. Shanahan said he's hoping to use Mitchell more this half. That's been the plan all along, to mix him in. I said too many weapons, and he said, yeah, it's hard.
All right, guys, so we're back.
Cut out for him trying to spread. There's only one ball.
Hey, there's a lot of coaches around the league watching this game. They're just shaking their head. They wish they had one weapon.
Here's McCaffrey. He gets 5 on first down. And talking to Kyle, I hinted at, well, is this going to evolve? And we're going to see more creativity as the season goes on. And he's like, I've been getting that a lot. We were creative when we had Jeff Wilson. And now we're just doing it. They traded Jeff Wilson to Miami. He's in a good spot. Now they've got McCaffrey, so they just added to the talent level around number 10.
Yeah, creativity or lack thereof is not a problem for Kyle Shanahan.
Second and 5.
Garoppolo looking, fires Deebo Samuel for a short gain of about 4.
And he's a half yard short of a first down. Marco Wilson, who's been all over, made that stop.
The one thing about it, though, with Christian McCaffrey, you go back to when he was with Carolina, and he's always wanted as much of the workload as he can get. But there always has been that concern about injury, and he has had, obviously, some injuries in his past and has missed some time. But I'm with Lisa and what Kyle said.
Garoppolo picks it up as he usually
Garoppolo
does.
will sneak for the first down.
I would expect that we'll see a lot more of Elijah Mitchell as he comes into the game in the second half. Now, last week in that game against the Chargers, the 49ers ran the ball 41 times, which is the second time this year that they've hit the 40 mark in rushes. To do that, you got to be really good on third downs. But they've only run the ball 9 times, counting that quarterback sneak there by Garoppolo in this game.
I formation, handoff Elijah Mitchell, and he will get through for a gain of about 4 to 5.
He is a heck of a player, and
Sam says, "Let's get it."
that he's missed, they weathered it, I guess, but they've always had.
I would agree. As long as these two quarterbacks don't get hurt, I feel really good about my parlay. I've already hit with Christian McCaffrey receiving yards, as he's already gotten over 37.5. I felt really good about that, and great to see it hit in the first half. D-Hop has already hit. He's hit over 2 yards, as long as he doesn't get anything negative. Elijah Mitchell on a toss will fight through, and that's a big first down. I need Colt McCoy to get 28 yards passing and 43 yards passing for Jimmy G, so feeling pretty good.
I mean, there's Cardinals running backs, they haven't seen holes like that all year, and that becomes kind of the norm in a lot of ways when you follow the 49ers and all the different things that they're able to do. Good, tough finish by Elijah Mitchell.
Sprained his knee week 1 at Chicago. This is his second game back, and they're going to ride him. Got 9.5.
Well, I had, like I say, I had Christian McCaffrey over 37 yards receiving. That's already hit. And then my parlay, both quarterbacks to throw for 200 yards passing. McCoy's got 172, Jimmy G's got 157, and I had in that parlay D-Hop over 75 yards receiving. He's got 77 at the time, so looking really good. Push fullback to use check. Good for a first down.
General manager, our former colleague, come into the booth before the game, and what a job he and his personnel department have done. You know, they've made trades. Trent Williams, who we just pointed out, they made the trade for him. Of course, Christian McCaffrey, and they do a good job of reloading and stocking up that defensive line. There's a good look at John Lynch, and one of the most respected people to have ever put on a helmet in the National Football League, and they've all done a great job. He's been right there with Kyle Shanahan side by side from the very start. But they've got a talented roster.
Play action, a little toss to Deebo Samuel. And he's going to end around it. Gets the first down, 30, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Wow. Just an end around toss. And I don't even know if he got touched. What a play.
they do. A little misdirection.
Look at
They
the
get
tight end
defense
getting out
going
there,
one
picking
way,
up a block.
And then here comes Deebo Samuel.
Deebo Samuel
around the other
got
way.
touched at the
And
very end,
As
barely.
soon as you think you have them figured out, you really don't. And they do a nice job.
8
with the
plays,
second
75-yard drive.
there in the game.
Exactly what the 49ers wanted to do coming out of the halftime. They executed well, and they are now up 14.
And he had Trent Williams out in front. He had the center.
Not what you wanted to see if you are a Arizona Cardinals fan. I will be right back, guys.
Cardinals will start at their 25.
Well, by design, they get movement with this defense. They got Aaron Banks coming this way. Tyler Croft's going to start that way. He's going to come around. But look at the impact that it has on the defense and the linebacker level as they get flowing to the play side. And then here comes the reverse with Samuel. But Jake Brendel, the center, I mean, he's 30 yards downfield, and he's making a big block. Trent Williams is out there, and they do the body punches with Elijah Mitchell on that drive, and then the big haymaker with Deebo Samuel for the touchdown.
So can the Cardinals answer?
The 25 now down 14 points.
Hand off Connor. Connor gets to the outside. His best run of the night. Pick up a gain of about 13.
Over the left side, able to get 14 yards before a crowd of just under 80,000 here in Mexico City. 78,427 is the final attendance.
And Arizona, they get right on the ball, and they're going to, you know, part of this is seeing if maybe they can't tire this defense out, make things a little bit easier on that offensive line.
Longest run of the night by Connor, 14 yards.
McCoy steps up, flushes out of the pocket. He'll now tuck it and run and get out of bounds for a gain of about 3 or 4.
The other part of that drive for San Francisco in the first half, we talked about it, how they didn't commit to running the ball the way that they had last week. But they ran the ball 7 times in that first half, and then on that drive to start this third quarter, they ran the ball 7 times. And a big part of that was Elijah Mitchell, of course, getting his carries.
Solid.
Four-man rush. The throw is at the feet of Hopkins with Ward on him.
I guess that was intended for Hopkins.
Good separation at all on that play. I think Colt McCoy, he's thinking the same thing. Ward is
Clover
out there.
Family says San Fran in control. I see as of right now. Yep.
You see the two guys just basically
Had a
on top
good
of each
opening
other.
drive in
Ward
the
is the
second
one,
half.
like we talked about earlier in this game, who's been lined up opposite of Hopkins a good part of it. Until he goes inside, you got Ward out here because he doesn't travel to the inside.
McCoy looking, steps up, fires. And he's got Hopkins across the 50 for a first down.
For this Cardinal
Hopkins
offense.
now 8 catches, 87 yards on the night.
Well, you've got Hopkins on a crosser. He gets Greenlaw turned around a little bit. Not a little bit, a whole lot. And McCoy sees that and puts it on him.
Here's Dortch. And he was met by Ward immediately. Gain of 2.
Yeah, Ward is having a night tackling. And I will point out that it's misleading if you say every time Ward's on the outside on Hopkins that they're in man coverage. The 49ers play a lot of zone, and they're still playing a lot of zone. And they got Jimmy Ward. Maybe it's a cramp.
They take a look at him. We'll take a break before 2nd and 8 for the Cardinals down 14.
So that'll get us to a commercial break right now. Butthole. All right, so here we go, 2nd and 8 for the Cardinals.
Dangerous throw.
Quick out route thrown to A.J. Green. We'll get a gain of about 6, so we'll bring up about 3rd and 2 or so.
It's 3rd down.
Yeah, that was a dangerous throw. And you mentioned Womack coming in for Jimmy Ward. He was playing a fair amount, rookie, of course. He was playing a fair amount early in the season, but he hasn't even played in the last 3 games. So
Here's one for Hopkins. Broken up.
Tries to throw this one deep down the field for Hopkins. Incomplete. It'll bring up 4th and 3. I know nothing about cricket, Sam.
4th and 3, we'll go for it.
Yeah, not surprised. This is what Cliff Kingsbury does, but
so they're going to go for this. Try to fit in a corner. He had it in his hands, but that's tough for him to keep up with that. Well defended. Had a guy on his back and on his chest.
They're on DeAndre Hopkins to keep him from
4th and 3, 7:55 left to go in the third. Cardinals find themselves down 14. Ball is in San Francisco territory at the 42-yard line. McCoy looks, fires, and it was way behind Dortch. They're kind of off. Not on the same page there.
McCoy will go talk to Dortch as he and the young receiver were on different pages of the playbook.
Yeah, for sure. And it looked to me like but he puts it right on him.
So, 49ers will take back over at having a 14-point lead. We'll have to see what happens next. Cardinals defense is going to have to get a stop, but at some point also, this Cardinals offense is going to have to be able to put up some points.
Of ESPN Deportes with that great call. Just under 20 miles per hour on that 39.
All right, so the 49ers will take back over up 14. Cardinals got to show some resistance. Christian McCaffrey widens out to make it an empty set. Garoppolo in trouble, fires, and he does find Deebo Samuel for a gain of about 5, but there is a flag.
Holding, offense, number 74. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
Of course, that touchdown run mentioned that Jake Brendel was down the field helping out. Here he is, 64. An offensive lineman gets that far down the field and makes this kind of block. Puts Baker on his back. It's worth another look to celebrate him.
And he's a Bruin.
And he's a Bruin, even more reason.
Debo Samuel getting his calf worked on.
In the calf area. 1st and 20 after the hold on Burford.
Garoppolo killing the play at the line of scrimmage. It is 1st and 20. Going to throw him first down. Checks it to Christian McCaffrey, and he'll pick up a good gain of about 7 or so.
Linebacker Ben Neiman, a gain of 7.
We saw Jimmy Ward go in. Not sure exactly what it was with him, but he did jog in. So it seemed like, anyway, that maybe he was dealing with some cramps, and it looks like that's what they're working on for Debo Samuel as well.
Using that hypervolt over on the sideline. 2nd down and 13.
Jimmy Garoppolo, quick throw, and that one's tipped at the line of scrimmage.
I don't know if it was Golden or Baker who got his hand on it. We'll find out. Either way, it's 3rd down and 13.
It might have been, let's see, Watt. It might have been J.J. Watt that.
Yep.
Sure was. They were sitting on the outside. They brought Baker off the edge. They brought a 5-man rush, and they were waiting on it out there. So a 3rd and long. This is a down where really both teams have been
3rd and 13. Cardinals defense has to find a way to get off the field here.
Player of the year, J.J. Watt, still playing hard, playing well.
2-back set. Tried to hard count him. Cardinals send 4. Garoppolo fires. Incomplete. Intended for Brandon Ayuk. So the Cardinals get a quick 3 and out. And now this offense has to do something.
He leans back a little bit, and so that's why, he doesn't stay out over his toes, and this surface is a little slick. So as he's trying to pull out of it, he's fortunate, because a lot of times you see a receiver go down like that. You got Marco Wilson, who sees the ball coming in the entire way. He thought he had one. So that was a good incompletion for San Francisco.
Wisnowski end over end. And it checks up inside the 15 and is dead around the 11 or 12. At the 12. Cardinal.
So that will get us to a commercial break. All right, so it looks like we're back.
With the Mexico men's bronze medalists We're honored on the field in front of a very proud Estadio Azteca home crowd. Commissioner Roger Goodell is with us tonight. To start your flag journey and find a league near you, visit NFLflag.com. A mile and a half above sea level, Estadio Azteca, first stadium to have hosted 2 FIFA World Cup finals. Fans have had fun from the beginning, and now we'll see if Cardinals can close this game.
Hand off to Connor. He'll pick up just a gain of about a yard.
Gets 2. I've been looking at the hand of Colt McCoy.
Colt McCoy got stepped on.
As he got that left hand
I do not need him to go out.
By Nick Bosa last time.
He needs 11 yards. More yards passing before he can go out.
Also playing with a bum knee. Hurt his left knee in the win at the Rams.
And he just got sacked hard.
Gibbons. Second sack of the night.
That offensive line just forgot about blocking Gibbons, that's for sure. See what's happened here. See if they got a little twist.
Right guard, it looks like he's expecting some help.
Oh, gosh.
From Billy Price in the middle, but yeah, Gibbons just goes right past him in a straight
That is
shot
not good.
at Colt McCoy. This offensive line tonight with this front, I mean, we've seen.
All right, so 3rd and 17, Cardinals.
That's the first time they've really just flat out.
Doesn't look like they're going to make anything of this drive. McCoy, quick throw underneath. Dortch. Get a gain of about 7.
In on the stop, it's 4th down. A little breathing room for Andy Lee.
Yeah, just a killer for an offense. And
still has Colt McCoy at 189. Thought that should be moved up.
Does not give up a lot of big plays. And when you get behind like that on 3rd down, I mean, you take a sack like that, and the series is all but over.
There's the punt. Defense got a 3 and out on the 49ers, but it was all for naught. Here comes the punt return. He gets slung down past the 45, past 50, close to the 46, 47. Here's a late shove.
No flags yet, despite a lot of pushing and shoving. 49ers up 14 will start inside Arizona territory. Time now for our total.
Cardinals really needed to get something going there after their defense got a much-needed stop. But they do not. Colt McCoy now has 196 throwing. Need him to throw for 5 more yards.
Sustain these drives, but it's a quarterback down, 3rd down, and if your quarterback isn't throwing the football very
Jimmy
effectively,
Garoppolo and the 49ers having a 14-point lead.
But Garoppolo has been really good.
Another touchdown here. You would feel like it might be too much for the Cardinals. Come back. Hand off Elijah Mitchell, and he will fight through and pick up a big gain of 8.
Spinning for 9.
They go with the condensed formations. They do a lot of that. They tighten everything down. They get bodies on bodies and let the running back, regardless of who it is, pick their hole and go.
We'll keep an eye on Juwan Jennings and Antonio Hamilton. The two were getting into it after that last play.
Second and 1 and fumbled snap, but they blow the whistle dead.
Played dead.
It's a flag.
Illegal snap. Offense, number 64.
So back it up. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd down.
Don't see that very often on a center.
He did turn the ball just a bit.
The double clutch by Brendel.
That's only the 4th accepted penalty all game. Both sides combined brings up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, it's been a really cleanly played game. Sorry. So what am I thinking?
High formation. Pitch out to the left. Great block by Kyle Juszczyk, and Mitchell cuts loose for a big gain. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback, eating bodies up out on the perimeter. That was too easy for Mitchell.
Ayuku's blocking here, and then Juszczyk leading the way. And it's just a lot of unselfish play. When you get receivers involved like that, of course, Juszczyk, love everything that he does and the career that he has had. But just great execution, and then Elijah Mitchell, of course, with his speed, able to hit the hole.
Ground game is cooking for the 49ers.
High formation.
Under 3 to go, third quarter.
Handoff Mitchell. And that's a loss of 1.
Loss of 1.
Kittle's over there. Kittle was on the ground waiting for a Cardinal. He was trying to wave for a Cardinal to help him up off the ground, and nobody would. He finally had to get up himself.
He's so great.
Oh, he's the best. I think it was Zach Allen that he was
Christian
trying
McCaffrey
to get to
checks
help him
in.
initially.
Mitchell checks out.
They said,
All right, come on. Let's throw the ball a little bit. Don't need y'all to just get in running mode. Ball is placed at the 25-yard line, 2nd and 11. Garoppolo looks, quick throw. Got Christian McCaffrey for a gain of about 12 and a first down. Christian McCaffrey flexed out in the slot. Just a nice little quick slant. Tough to defend.
You try to be a defender and cover him. Watch as he comes off the ball, and the way that he sets up a defender, and then just by him starting as though he's going to go to the outside, he buys himself a little bit of time, which then gives Garoppolo a chance to hit him before the other linebacker comes into the picture.
See the receiving yards. He's up over 100 total yards in the game.
Juwan Jennings motions right to left to make it Twins left. Handoff Deebo Samuel, and he will be tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Ben Neiman in there, and Isaiah Simmons as well. Simmons was the first to hit him. No gain, a minute left, third quarter.
You look at this game right now, third quarter is winding down, and
Zaven Collins is hurt.
yeah, he's down on the ground now, but this Cardinals defense, I mean, they just, 3 points is more than they can really afford to give up, but certainly can't give up a touchdown.
2nd and 10, back in 30 seconds after a word from TD.
So they'll take a break for about 30 seconds. What's up, Tyler? This is what's going on, Coach. Not much, man. Just Monday Night Football, Cardinals and 49ers. What you up to, Tyler?
Collins walks off.
You having a good Monday?
They
This
have
has not been
two
the
good
most
inside
entertaining game,
linebackers,
but
and they drafted 2 outside guys,
I'm
Sanders
feeling
and
good
Cam
about
Thomas, both in the
a
third
parlay.
round. They're trying to pick up the slack.
I've already hit
Chandler
one bet
Jones,
nicely.
who spent 5 years in the desert, now with Las Vegas. 2nd and 10.
I just need Garoppolo and McCoy to throw for 200 yards or more. And there's a quick throw to Brandon Ayuk for a touchdown. That's going to put Jimmy G up to 189 passing yards. I just need the Cardinals to show some resistance to force him to throw just a couple more times tonight. Brandon Ayuk, pair of TDs, catches tonight, 13 yards. Reception there.
13-yarder. He's got 2 catches, 2 touchdowns.
His confidence, when you watch him, it's pretty obvious that he's a guy who is
Cardinals
is
just
really
not being able to get
believing
enough
his skill
done on
set
the
and what
offensive
he's
side
able
of
to
things.
do, and it has shown.
They are now starting to get toasted. There is a flag.
Extra point.
Extra point was made.
It's well known, started last year in the doghouse of Kyle Shanahan came on. He's built on that this year and has really developed. be gold over to the side.
Illegal formation on the defense. 7 players on one side of the line of scrimmage. San Francisco is elected to take the penalty on the kickoff.
I'm confused.
The extra point is good.
So this is a 21-point game. And the second time that Ayuk has had more than one touchdown catch in a game. Did so week 6 at Atlanta, and now here in Mexico City.
Yeah, we haven't seen Arizona blitz a lot, but they brought 6 on this play. And so as a corner, you're expecting the ball out quick, and they get it out quick, but Marco Wilson then has to try to make the tackle on Ayuk. And he's unable to do so, and Ayuk gets his second score.
That's Troy Aikman, one of 4 NFL Hall of Famers born on this day.
So
Luckman, Jim Ringo, the 10-time Pro Bowl center.
Jimmy G
Our friend Michael
now
Strahan,
finds himself 18 of 27 for 189 and 3
not necessarily in
touchdowns.
that order. You,
A
predate
123
Michael.
quarterback rating. He has had himself a day.
Michael, happy birthday, Stray.
There are the numbers for Garoppolo. Another good game. We talked about this last week with regard to Taylor Heineke, and we'll get into this in a second. But it certainly applies to Garoppolo. It has become an insult to say somebody is a game manager, and it makes you think that they're not doing all they're doing. I know you're a big fan of Garoppolo, as am I. But he's not turning the ball over. He's hitting guys in stride, coming out of the backfield, going on slants, a lot of yards after the catch. And for a guy who went through shoulder surgery and then was throwing on the side on an empty field during training camp.
What's up, Joseph?
Trey
Appreciate you
Lance
being here,
take
buddy.
over, and now here he is.
Hope your
Always
Monday's
with a
going
great
well.
attitude. The guy's just playing great.
Yeah, and what you just said, I think, is the biggest part of that.
So
That
can the Cardinals
there's a
just
lot of players,
find a way to chip
quarterbacks
away
that
and
would
get
be a
back
little
into
bitter,
this thing?
a little
28
resentful
seconds left to
towards
go in the third.
organization
McCoy,
based
quick
on the
throw,
way they
D-hop.
Catches made
He'll
by
get a gain of
Hopkins,
about
and that
4.
Could end the quarter.
The way
That
it
does
went
get
this-
McCoy up to
this
200
offseason
yards.
And then in training camp, but he didn't get moved. He comes back in, and he's got a smile on his face. The players all love him. There he is with his new quarterback coach, Brian Greasy. We saw Trey Lance in the picture a moment ago as well.
And they're going to get a false start
Yeah,
right
I'm a-
before the end of
As
the
you know, I'm a big
third
fan of
quarter,
Jimmy
and that's
Garoppolo's
just
and
terrible.
what he's been able to do.
False start. Offense. Number 79. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
You bet 40 on the
His
49ers.
career numbers against the
Smart bet.
Cardinals.
Smart bet. I believe they came in like a 10-point favorite, and they are clearing that right now.
That'll be the end of quarter number 3.
They are up 21. So going to go to a commercial break. This game is in New Mexico City. 49ers 31. Cardinals 10 so far. Not tonight. Maybe we go live another night on some Fall Guys. We've played some Fall Guys before. You like you some Fall Guys, Joseph? That's a very underrated game. A very underrated game indeed. It's fun to play some Fall Guys, that's for sure. Okay. I'll remember that. So if I see Joseph, it's Grayson. Appreciate you, Grayson.
Opportunity tonight at 4 and 6.
All right, so here we go. Second and 11 for the Cards.
In the NFC West, but they've got a long way to go tonight.
McCoy checks it down to Connor.
Out of the backfield on second.
He'll get a gain of about 4 or 5.
Flag is down back at
There is
the
a
15.
flag, though, so this may be coming back.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer.
Oh,
Defense, number 97. That's a 15-yard penalty out of the end of the play, automatic. First down.
So the Cardinals pick up
Nicosa.
21 yards on the 6-yard catch and run and 15 yards because of that hit.
Yeah, and that's the one that Colt's pretty shook up from this one, and I think it's legitimate as well, because it was so late after the play that you let up a little bit. You're just not in that mode that you're going to absorb a hit. So he's thinking he's free and clear, and then he gets taken out. You saw him bent over, but yeah, he's been kind of going through the gyrations. Of course, he had the knee injury coming in, and he's been banged up a little bit tonight.
hand off Connor. Good
Here's
for a
Connor,
couple.
who gets 2. Here's that hit.
Yeah, when Colt gets rid of the ball, he thinks he's done, and then bam. You saw his head snap as well, but it definitely had an impact on him.
His backup is Trace McSorley. Second and 8. Blitz from
McCoy in trouble, gets out of it, but he might need.
Get away from Warner and a flag
He
on
could
the
not
play.
get away. You could tell Colt McCoy is just beat up. There's going to be a flag, but I think this is going to be a holding.
Timed that up perfectly. Connor's trying to get across the formation in order to pick him up, but Hufanga was too fast.
Holding. Offense, number 79. That penalty's declined. The result of the play is third down.
And then they got the hold up front as well, so they're backing up, and now the last few times now we've seen them in third and long against this defense.
For the
So
49ers,
third and
that is their
17.
8th tackle for a loss. They decline the hold on Josh Jones, starting for the injured DJ Humphries at
Empty
left tackle.
formation.
Third and
Quick throw.
17, Dortch.
Dortch. And that's a good job to get it back 15 of it. This will bring up a 4th and about 4,
Nice
and
job by Dortch,
Cardinals
at
are going to
least
go for it,
getting
clearly.
up the field and getting as much as he could before Greenlaw came and took him out.
Cardinals
I
don't
really
huddle.
need the Cardinals to push the envelope here to force the 49ers to continue to throw. So McCoy looking, fires, middle, it's tipped and incomplete.
Greenlaw. And again, the
Well,
49ers take over on downs.
McCoy's got 218 yards passing, so I've hit that. I need Jimmy G to get 11 more yards passing. It was on the Cardinals, Grayson. That's going to be hard to remember. So they will go to a commercial break. 49ers will take over. It's 31-10 with 13 minutes left to go. Only thing I am locked in right now is Jimmy G to get 11 more yards passing. And I'm terrified they're just going to go in handoff mode. That is the last thing I need. That's all I need. Just 11 yards passing. What's up, Linda? Appreciate you for popping in. Hope you've been doing all right, Linda, especially after that Chiefs win last night. Might be drinking. All right. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so it looks like we're back.
Midfield.
I need Jimmy G to have 11 more yards passing. So I need Cardinals to really control the ground game here. They pitch it to Mitchell to the outside, and he gets pushed forward for a gain of 2.
Well, you saw Budda Baker. He showed like he was blitzing off that offensive left side, and Garoppolo, he recognizes it. He pulls up and checks out of the
really?
play, and then
Grayson?
tosses
That's awesome,
away
man.
from where the extra defender is.
I did not know
and
that.
Yet Budda Baker ends up making the tackle anyway.
A wide receiver
That guy, he
action.
is like playing with a 12th man.
Kyle Shanahan said he is the best in the NFL.
What's
now,
up, Keith?
not
Why is the
taking full
49ers
steps.
D in
Yeah,
different
he's
socks?
fun to watch, and he is the heart and soul. Not just the defense.
It's not just the defense, because I see a tight end in red socks,
Here's Mitchell.
and I see they're mixed up. That is pretty good good visuals you got there going, Keith. But they definitely, a lot of people are different socks. We got some people with white, some people with red.
Looking at third down, 3rd and 2, that if they're going to have any chance, they've got to make a stop right here, because if they give up a first down here, it's just more points going to be added to the board.
Vance Joseph telling us
Come on, we need Jimmy
coming into this
G
game, we want to make
to
Jimmy
throw
G
for
the
at least
reason
11 more
they
yards.
win. If they win, Jimmy G has done just that. Spreading the ball around.
Jimmy G looking to throw,
3rd and
fires. Debo Samuel on the catch, breaks loose,
Still won't go down.
and he will finally go down. That's probably a gain of about 7. He's at 196 now, and need him to throw for 5 more yards.
When they run their routes, they're so
5 more
disciplined
yards.
in how they do it. They're so efficient.
Come on, Arizona,
and
continue to play tough against the
on their
the ground game.
landmarks, on creating separation across the board, that when you play zone against them, you still get a lot of these one-on-one looks and opportunities. And
If
you
I
saw
was
how
the
open Samuel was
49ers,
as he
I would
comes
not
over again.
play
You saw him
Debo
getting
Samuel
worked on
anymore
earlier.
the rest of this game.
Got 10 touches in the game.
It's not worth it.
Playing at high
I
altitude.
formation.
May just be
Hand
worn
off
out.
McCaffrey.
Here's
And he'll get a gain of about 3. Probably got
Along
away
with
with a
Michael
face mask
Dogby.
there.
on the tackle.
Really,
Talk
Grayson,
about
that's
full
awesome,
house.
man. What team he play for? Christian McCaffrey, 103 scrimmage yards tonight, 39-yard rushing TD by Debo Samuel, 2 touchdowns by Brandon Ayuk, and a 52 yards receiving and 1 touchdown by George Kittle tonight. That is the 49ers offense.
And there is a physical nature to this 49er
Come on, stop the
team.
run. Stop the run.
Both sides of the ball
Play action. There's a throw.
stands out.
There's Kittle to the 20, to the 10, all the way down. Touchdown.
49ers.
And the parlay hits, boys. Bag. Wow.
Well, this is a nice play.
They go with a
Obviously by
play
Garoppolo
action fake
Kittle,
here.
but this is embarrassing for the Arizona
Faking
Cardinals.
stretch to
At
the
end of this
right,
play,
and they just hit the tight end wide open on the flat route.
how Antonio Hamilton
boy.
doesn't come up after all the tackles he made last week and even tried to make an attempt on George Kittle. It's not. They're a losing
Keith says,
football
wow, I
team,
remember
and-
when
and
Kittle walked the
they're
sideline
playing on that
versus
play.
my Saints in the dome. Flashbacks. Yeah, Kittle's been kind of underutilized this year.
Garoppolo. 2 to
He's got a pair of touchdowns tonight. He has had himself a day. We'll look at the box score as they're gone to a commercial break. 10 minutes left to go in this game, and it is a boat race now, a 28-point lead as the 49ers are up 38-10. Jimmy G, 20 of 29 for 228, 4 touchdowns. a 131 quarterback rating. Tyler says stick a fork in this one. This game is over. I would agree. Jimmy G having himself a night. Colt McCoy 24-34 for 218. 0 touchdowns and 1 pick. He's been sacked 3 times. Quarterback rating of 75. Christian McCaffrey 7 carries for 39. Elijah Mitchell 9 carries for 59. Deebo Samuel 3 for 37 and a touchdown. For the Cardinals, James Conner 14 carries for 42, just averaging 3 yards. Rondale Moore had 1 carry for 6 on the very first play of the game. Got hurt with a groin injury. He did not return. And then receiving, George Kittle 4 catches, 84 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's had himself a big night on 6 targets. Christian McCaffrey 7 catches for 67 yards. That was a big win for me as I took him over 37.5 receiving yards. Deebo Samuel 7 catches, 57 yards. Brandon Ayuk 2 catches for 20 yards, but those 2 catches have been for 2 touchdowns. Hey, I appreciate you. Weaver. Appreciate you, Grayson. Grayson, I'm guessing your last name's Weaver, so that's probably what I'm going to start to call you. That way I can remember Weaver. But I appreciate the kind words. Guys, if you are new to the Coach Plays, as always, if you would, hit that red button and subscribe to the Coach Plays. We're trying to grow this channel. We say it all the time, but this little blank spot in the wall right here, that is reserved for a silver play button award. We got a long ways to go, but we ain't going to stop till we get there. That would be 100,000 subscribers. So everybody who decides to hop on board, it's very much appreciated, guys. Hit that red button and subscribe. Join the team and join the fam. Linda says fire. All right, awesome, Weaver. Yes, we are, Linda. Yes, we are. All right, so we'll see what the Cardinals can do. Trace McSorley checks in the game. Boy, am I lucky that Colt McCoy pushed over 218. And I thought about putting Colt McCoy to hit for 225. I'd be devastated right now if I did do that.
Coming off that dismantling.
Tyler says smack that like button, everybody. Absolutely.
You can talk about the best teams in the NFC.
Trips right, single receiver to the left, and it looks like they have put their backups in, that's for sure.
You don't get to see
McSorley pushes ball down the field. Is he in? Yep.
To AJ Green. You know, their style and their personnel, but it's a lot like last year. There's still a lot of football left to be played, and you hope that injuries don't affect any of these teams that are in contention. But like last year,
this is really going to hurt the Cardinals. They're going to fall to 4-7 as they have had a difficult year so far. They need to get their quarterback back, that's for sure. 49ers will advance to 6-4, very much in the thick of it.
Rookie season, he gets 2 here. And now Greenlaw, he's down.
Boy, one of the most dynamic linebackers in the game, can go sideline to sideline, holding his left wrist.
And these are, you know, at this point in the game, you know, with the rosters as they are, you just can't sub out players the way you can in college or the way you'd like to.
Trying to punch it out. McBride's 4th catch of the game, and 49ers, all they care about right now is Dre Greenlaw.
Yeah.
He's got 9 tackles in the game, a forced fumble, and a pass defensed. Signed an extension before week 2 that locks him up through 2024. And off he goes to the sideline.
Missed a lot of time last year. It's a different defense when he's not on the field. He'd missed one game earlier this year. Yeah, he's been a good player for them.
2nd and 8. McSorley, a free agent from Penn State. 2 for 4 on the season coming in. He hands here to Ingram.
Ingram will pick up just about 1 or 2.
6th round pick from USC gets 2.
You look at this from the Cardinals' perspective, and the expectations they had coming into this season, of course, a lot of the unraveling. We talked about Kyler Murray earlier, of course, missing the game, but he hasn't played his best football when he has been healthy. But they've been trying to work around that offensive line and all those players that they've started up front. Hard to be good offensively and consistently when you're struggling like that.
McSorley just throws it away. Bring up 4th down and 6.
This one's getting brutal.
Jackson, the rookie from USC. The upcoming schedule for Cliff Kingsbury: Chargers, Patriots, at the Broncos, at home against the Bucks. A punt coming here from Andy Lee.
Oh yeah, Kyler Murray. I don't think he's played for the past couple weeks now. Tyler.
Bye comes after their next game against the Chargers.
Dealing with like a hamstring issue.
Fair catch by McLeod. Talked about the 40-3 game. In gear with Dak Prescott.
Yeah, it's one thing when you beat a team 37 points and it's
a rough game, Linda.
A good football team that,
luckily, what helps me get through games like this is just sports betting.
Jordan Mason, just his 2nd carry in the NFL, gets 4.
I know the week before against the Packers in overtime, that was a tough loss, but winning a game like that, as we know, it can develop a lot of, not that they lacked any confidence, but you need a win like that to just kind of galvanize yourself a little bit.
And act surprised.
They're playing pretty good.
Brock Purdy,
wow.
The Mr. Irrelevant, last pick in the draft from Iowa State. Oops. Handed the wrong way and ends up
So
a yard
backup
short of
quarterback is now in.
Baby Bosa. Because of his thick legs, he's only
Purdy.
6'1". When we talked to Kyle Shanahan earlier in the year, here's the wrong way.
Yeah, Baby Bosa needs to know which way to turn hand off.
He and Jordan Mason, 2 rookies, are like, sorry. But Kyle Shanahan said, I'd be excited for him to come into a game and play as any 3rd quarterback I've had.
Yeah, at least the Chiefs game,
That's a pretty good stake.
that was a good game.
Handoff is to Mason, and he's knocked down. See where they put it, right at the marker. You can hear somebody on the 49ers say, give it to us. Let's get out of here. Buda Baker on the tackle.
I'd still like to know if Brock Purdy, if he's satisfied with that nickname, Baby Bosa, or if he's objected to it.
He'll probably take it.
I'm sure.
Sounds better than Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, that's a good point.
49ers will take their time
Chiefs
before this
won,
punt
Weaver.
by Wisnowski.
Linda says Chiefs Kingdom, baby.
Good one. Dortch From the 30, broke a tackle. Outrunning 49er defenders.
And George with a nice, good punt return, but there is a flag.
Good return, but you expect some of the yardage to be taken away. 36-yard return, which would be by far his long of the year.
George is one of the few positives for Arizona tonight.
During the return, illegal block in the back, return team. It's a 10-yard penalty. First down.
We've barely heard from John Perry, who's down to our right. John, have you enjoyed your time here in Mexico?
That's a good thing.
Have you enjoyed your time here in Mexico?
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
What a weekend.
It's been great.
Great hospitality, great hotel, great food.
And the crowd has been into this game since 4 hours before kickoff. So the block in the back, and the Cardinals take over with 5.5 to go, down by 28. They're down to their third quarterback of the season. If Kyle Shanahan wasn't worried about injuries after seeing Dre Greenlaw come off, seen Trent Williams on the
It was a good game, Tyler, especially with a backup
Mitchell,
quarterback.
McCaffrey. Delayed handoff to Ingram right up the gut.
Ingram will get the first down.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that Cliff Kingsbury's not thinking the same thing, because on that fourth down, if he was still going at it, I think they go for it there on fourth down. They're running it here. We'll see, but I think both these coaches right now have pretty much said this is all but over, and let's get out of here without getting anybody too hurt.
Ingram again, and he is met by Alshire. Aziz is back. Last week, his first game off IR with a knee injury, hurt week 3, and he's a guy that'd be starting for a lot of teams. But he's coming off the bench and getting mop-up duty here tonight. 2nd and 9.
Trace McSorley, quick out route.
Dortch gets hit, hangs on.
Boy, he set Dortch up to fail right there, but Dortch made the play.
Kittle a nice night with 2 touchdowns. You think about how the Cardinals started last year, 7-0. They dropped 4 of their last 5. Kind of backed into the playoffs. Didn't play well in the loss, the wild card round at the Rams. And this season's been different. They actually started poorly, or hoping for a strong finish, but it's been a bit of a regression here.
Good catch there by A.J. Green.
With Kingsbury's team. Cliff is tired of looking at these numbers. This is time at Texas Tech, time in Arizona, the way they play the first 7 games of the season, and the winning percentage the rest of the year.
Well, it's going to take a total reversal for them to be able to salvage this season.
McSorley out to his right. Eyes downfield, and he throws.
Another good throw there to A.J. Green. Trace McSorley, since he has came in, he's hit A.J. Green about 3 or 4 times now. Shout out
up as a defense when you're just
to Weaver. Grayson Weaver. Big shout out to you, man. Appreciate you for being here tonight.
In terms of scores,
appreciate everybody being here. Tyler, Linda.
It ends up looking a lot different when it's all said and done than what really the game was and how it was played.
Keith stopped in for a little bit. Sam Gurrell, our newest and latest member of the Carver family, Coach Allen.
Right place.
Tacos.
Appreciate you guys.
That gets us.
As this game is kind of winding down. That one was almost a pick 6.
As Womack flashed in front and had nothing but green Kikuya grass between him and the end zone.
Womack said, "I'll take your taco to the house." That would have been nice.
Second down. Here's Dortch.
Dortch has had himself a career night.
Down. Clock continues to run. Just over 3 to go. A 12-yard completion to Greg Dortch, who is now leading the Cardinals in receiving yards.
Yeah, it goes over 100 yards for the night with that reception.
First time he's done that in the NFL. Go over 100. Ingram. Legs taken out by Womack. And he had Lenore on his back.
When is
Loss
my
of
next
1.
live? Don't really know yet, Weaver. I would say I'm
He's done a
not going to
decent
be
job. That would
live
have been nice for
on
him.
Thanksgiving.
On his
I'm normally
resume,
live
if
for
he'd been
Thursday
able to
Night
make that
Football, but
catch
I
and
would say
return it for
I'm
a
probably
touchdown. But
not.
like
We
I
got a
said,
lot
he
of
was
people coming over.
for a
If there would be any game that I'd be
player, he was
live,
getting
it'd be
a lot
the
of
night
playing time
game.
early in the season, and then
But it's
the
tough
last
still.
3 games hasn't seen the field defensively.
So just have to kind of wait and see. This is, like I say, a long week. I'll be making some videos this week, some film breakdowns of this past weekend's NFL games.
2 defenders.
If y'all have any suggestions, comment on a video of someone that you would like to break down. Linda, I actually think I'm going to do a film breakdown of
Arizona after this one, figuring out
Patrick
what all
Mahomes'
they've gotta
last
do,
drive. I feel like
and
that'd be a good idea. So
how they're
we'll
gonna
dive
fix
into
some
that
of the
one.
things that continue to give them problems.
Would help if they could get their offensive line right.
Yeah.
They got 3 starters on IR. 9 different players starting in the interior. It's center.
Sorley throws and threw a pick right in the end zone.
And there's Womack's first. Right to him, and he takes a knee in the end zone for the touchback.
Well, they missed the first one, but this time.
Yeah, family is definitely family.
He really didn't have much of a
But we'll be back shortly
Comes right
and
to him
soon.
as though he's the intended target.
I think there's some good college football games on Friday, so I could see myself be live Friday. Jose Pena has just subscribed to the Coach Plays. Shake it, baby! Big shout out to Jose. Thank you very much, man. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the fam.
So 2:07 left. And a highlight Mexico
Tyler
City.
says, peace, Coach. Take it easy, Tyler.
Rookie 5th-round pick from Toledo. Purdy hands and Mason carries, breaking tackles. Got about 8.
That's going to get us to the
We're in the
2-minute warning.
2-minute warning in Mexico
Love the commentary. Hey, Jose, I appreciate you very much. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the fam. Jose, who was you rooting for tonight? Like I say, welcome to the Coach Plays. We do a lot of sports live streams like this. A lot of the primetime games. We'll get into the NBA at some point, but it's football first right now, so appreciate you for joining. Tyler says, I'm drunk. Have a good night, Tyler. Linda says, also drunk. Cheers. So they are in a commercial break. Fantasy. So I had D-Hop and my opponent had CMC. Just barely won, but a win is a win. That's for sure. A win is a win. I had D-Hop in my fantasy. I need to see how that turned out. I believe the other one had Nick Bosa, so I'm a little worried about that. But I had D-Hop in a bet tonight. Had CMC in a bet. He did great for me. We hit both of our bets tonight. Tonight was a good night. That's for sure. Tonight was a good night. See how the fantasy ended up. Don't feel good about it. Oh my gosh. I have 96.95. My opponent has 96.10. That is insane. Wow. All right, so it looks like
2
we're
minutes
back.
from Mexico City. Joe?
You got Sutcliffe coming on? You got this stadium excited before the opening kickoff. And with all these 49er fans in attendance, they watch a first down carry here by Mason. Let's see who.
Gonna mute that just due to copyright purpose. As this one is wrapping up, we're gonna give a big shout out to our members. Coach Allen, Bodo Winter, and Shea Flat for being Hall of Fame members. The biggest membership you can have on the channel. Appreciate you guys. Would shout out them if they had YouTube channels, but they do not. Carver family, Beantown Breakdown, James Peach, Asia Roberson, Big Skip Fishing, Steel Inya, Samantha, Jacob, Troxel Sports Streams, The Gridiron Blitz, Alyssa Riley, JT, Justin Brown, and Sam Gurrell. Appreciate you guys for your support. The Carver family, Beantown Breakdown, both of them have great YouTube channels. Steel Inya, YouTube channel. Troxel Sports Streams, YouTube channel. The Gridiron Blitz has a YouTube channel. Go check those guys out, guys. Hey, I appreciate the kind words there, Weaver. I would say I'm not the best YouTuber ever, but hey, I'll take it. I think that award goes to Mr. Beast. But, guys, that's going to do it. The San Francisco 49ers takes complete care of business tonight. They are now the leaders of the NFC West as they are 6-4, 4-0 in the division. Seahawks are 6-4, 2-1 in the division. And then you got Cardinals at 4-7, and the Rams sitting there at 3-7. Terrible. Till next time, guys. As always, stay humble, stay kind. Peace.